they have somebody come on and start the show, like, hey, this is so-and-so, you're watching the sound. You play a little lick, and then, that's how they start the show off. Wow, I didn't know we were doing all that, man. Oh, is the PA turned off? It is turned off. We're sending this whole video. Hey guys, this is Project 9. Hey fuckers! Fuck yeah! Hey guys, this is Project 9 and you're watching The Sound.
What's up, everybody? I'm Jared. This is Kevin.
Hey, I'm confused.
This is episode 13 of The Sound, and Kevin still doesn't know what the hell we're doing, man.
I don't.
We got a good episode for you tonight. In studio, Chad Kent. He's going to tell us a story about Atomship, how they got started, how they got signed, how they went from a local band to touring on the road with some big names, man, and put out some killer music. Stereohype's in the studio as well.
Stereohype, Jupiter Pilot will be here joining us talking about the Summer Throwdown coming up this week.
A little show we're putting on that you might have heard of.
Yeah, just a little bit. And so we'll go over all of that. But we're going to kick everything off. And
We got guests coming in.
Yeah, they're just popping in. It's all good.
Stereohype just showed up. So we got our
We're
production
good.
crew telling us that he's here. Send him on in, man.
Yeah.
Send him on in. Let's kick it off with some music right out the gate. Who we got here tonight?
So you just saw them intro the show, Project 9.
That's right.
Kick off the show with their song Sounds. And then right after that, the brand new one from Dead Lover called Ashes.
And you're watching The Sound. And we're back, man. That was Dead Lover, one of the bands that you can conveniently see this Saturday, June 15th. Where, Kevin? Nice. Thank you. Thanks for keeping the tempo. Appreciate it.
At the Biloxi Community Center, the Gruich Center. It's on Howard Avenue in Biloxi, on the south side of Howard Avenue. You know, it's the Biloxi Community Center. Big show, Summer Throwdown, Wildfire, Helvetica Effect, Jupiter Pilot, Dead Lover, Kingdom Collapse out of San Antonio. Maybelline's going to be spinning between the sets.
Get your tickets now.
It's going to be a good time. We've got and we got an after party for it and everything. Right
We'll talk
next
more.
door at the Kraken.
We'll talk more all night. You're going to hear about it.
Yes.
In the studio right now tonight. Happy to have him here. We got Mr. Chad Kent. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
Pretty good.
All right, cool. You were in a band locally that some people might have heard of. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
Yep.
What was that band?
Yeah, what was that band called?
Atomship.
Atomship. So we had talked before about you coming on here, man, and telling all these the new kids that may be watching the show, like, we want to hear the backstory about Atomship and how they got started.
Sure.
Did you do that for us?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do it. Let's hear it. What is that?
Right stuff.
I don't know what that means.
Kids.
All right. So go ahead. Start it off for us. Tell us how did y'all meet? Like, who met first? How did it get started?
Okay, so it started with I met Derek when he was quite young, and we went through probably 4 different bands or so, different guitar players, and then we ended up jamming out behind the Blockbuster in Ocean Springs.
Kids aren't going to know what that
Storage
is.
units. Yeah, right.
That's where videos used to be before
Yeah,
they were
exactly.
all online, man.
And Derek or Nathan was in a band, Nim.
Okay, I remember Jake talking
Yeah.
about that band.
And it's funny because the first time he ever came by and heard Derek and I jam, he was just like, he's like, dude, you know, referring to the drums, like, man, you're just all over the place, man. You're like sporadic. I was like, appreciate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Compliment taken.
And then it was funny because within a month or so of that, then next thing you know, he comes down and says, hey guys, you know, come check you guys out. And apparently Nim was over.
Right.
So yeah. So
At that time, were you playing at your current abilities that we all know of? When he said you were all over the place, like, were you doing all the stuff that
same kind
was
of
on
stuff,
the record? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe not quite that yet, because there was actually a period in there where I went and I locked myself in a room, kind of like Tom Sawyer did. Not Tom Sawyer.
Yeah.
Pierre did. For
We
a
know
little
what
bit.
you meant.
Yeah.
I heard that story though about you. I don't remember who told me that, but did you literally lock yourself in a room for?
Oh yeah. Well, we'll get there.
Okay. All right. I'm skipping ahead.
So,
Keep
yeah,
going.
So Nathan ended up saying, hey, I'd love to jam with you guys, even though he thought I was sporadic.
Okay.
But then
Smart move,
Derek
buddy.
and I had a few tunes that we had already worked up that ultimately made it to the album.
Okay.
And Friends was one of them that we had, you know, pre-Nathan. And so we kind of collaborated, and the very first song that we came up with was Day of Days. And yeah, as a team. And I still remember we actually recorded it on a cassette tape. And the first time we played it back, I mean, all 3 of us are like, wow, we really have something different here. And so we were playing probably 4 times a week, 3.5 hours at a time. And before Nathan, though, Derek and I weren't really too serious about it. And so I wasn't really up to snuff physically to play that demanding in a horribly hot room. So after about 3
Kinda
weeks,
like here.
Yeah, I was thinking the
no,
same
way
thing.
worse, way worse than this.
Yeah.
And after 3 weeks, I developed bursitis in my shoulder so bad that it shut us down for 2 months.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't barely even lift my arm up this high.
Wow.
And,
Okay.
yeah.
I hadn't heard that part of the
Yeah.
story.
So they commenced to writing a whole bunch of acoustic stuff
Okay.
while I was recuperating, because just the energy was just like that. We have to continue on with this. So long story short, I get better, and then we started putting the material together. And then after maybe a few months of that, we decided to go out and play our first show. And I think it was the second weekend that we played was at, I can't remember if it was Mustang Sally's or Orangutans, but it was the old place down on the beach that had all glass front, and the acoustics were just horrible.
Mustang Sally.
It was just horrible.
Actually, you know
Yeah.
what? No, Mustang Sally's had the balcony, the
Exactly, yeah.
patio, so it was
Yeah.
orangutans.
It was orangutans, yeah.
Yep.
So while we were there,
I know my
Aaron
clubs.
Gaynor was there,
Yes.
which at the time he was a drummer for 12 Stones.
Mm-hmm.
And but we knew him at the time as AJ Fantastic.
That's
AJ
right.
Fantastic.
Exactly.
That's right.
So he approached us after our first set or after our show, and he asked if we had a demo, and we're like, "Ooh, dude, it's a terrible one." He was like, "I don't care, I'll read between the lines." And then he turned it over to Kenny Vest, and within days, Mr. Vest contacted us and wanted to set up a meet, and so we met him, and he offered to manage us, and we had a couple other offers too, but of course it was Kenny Vest, so
Yeah, some people listening.
he was first. He did get to us first though, and that's number one reason why we chose him.
He had a little bit of a history at that point, right?
Exactly. Yes.
People you may not know, he managed 3 doors right out the gate, right?
Yeah. And he
So-
discovered 12 Stones and pushed them to wind
Yep,
up.
he did.
So So once he signed us, he just said, "Okay, you guys are still so brand new. I just want you to play. Just play and develop as a band, and then you'll get there." So we're like, "All right, cool." So
Signed to like a management deal at this time. Is
signed
that
a
all that
management deal.
was?
That's all it was. Yeah.
Okay.
But he'd already told us that he had an in with wind
Correct.
up and stuff. So so we just started playing, and we did. I think we did like 38 weeks straight at the upstairs downstairs at one point.
Really?
Yeah. We didn't have any place to jam because we ended up initially we were jamming over top of the dive.
I heard
in
that.
Grove Park Estates.
Mhm.
I don't think that's there anymore, is it? The building
The
is.
building
The building
is,
is, but no, the dive's been gone long ago.
Yeah.
And so when the management changed, they jacked the rent up to a ridiculous amount and pushed us out.
Mm-hmm.
So Nick Mattina offered to let us use the stairs as a place to rehearse, and we wrote Dragonfly there.
So y'all would rehearse there before
right
it was
at the
open?
stairs. Yeah, well, yeah, we would go up on Thursday nights, and the sound guy would come up. We had the whole upstairs to ourselves, and we would rehearse. Right
In
material.
front of people or just
No,
yeah, okay,
just
okay,
us.
okay.
We had the whole
Yeah,
front
yeah,
upstairs.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the sound guy loved us so much that he'd come up there and set us up.
Yeah. So that was cool.
Yeah, it was way cool. And then so after that, we played a few shows with 12 Stones, and that was exciting.
To say the
Yeah.
least.
My first show seeing them was at the old break room on the beach.
Whoa.
Yeah.
The break.
I don't even remember
room.
that one. I think that was a little.
Wasn't
it
it
usually before that it was
Shorty's?
Tourist Steakhouse,
Okay.
and then it turned into the break room.
and then
and it was-
Shorty's.
Yeah, I don't.
It was the
remember.
round building,
yeah,
right?
It was the round building.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh wow, that's crazy because actually that day, I think that was our first show with 12 Stones, and
Oh,
we
gotcha.
actually totaled a car that day before that show. It just started raining, road was slippery, lost it in a turn. Still went and did that show anyway.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, right.
So 12 Stone shows, where were those at? Local or those were
that first one was there, and then we did our first House of Blues show, and we also did a show in Mandeville with them. It was outdoors. That was really fun. And we did like Dead Boy and the Elephant Men
as a 3-piece?
Wow.
as a 3-piece.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I loved it, man.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And so
And at that time you were already Atomship or y'all were still going?
no.
with the
At
original?
that point, it was
I hate
Watership
when
Down.
it is.
Yeah, originally it was
You already
Watership
said
Down.
that?
No.
Oh, was that your next question?
No.
Okay,
I'm good.
cool. Then keep going.
Yeah. So originally it was Watership Down.
Right.
And, the three of us were familiar with the novel,
Right.
which ultimately was a cartoon as well. And don't recommend it for young children, but
It is
yeah,
a little
it is-
weird.
yeah, it's a little weird. But so yeah, we were already getting notice from some labels. Kim Stevens from Atlantic would show up, and Wind Up hadn't shown yet, but they were already really interested. They loved Pencil Fight.
So what's that feeling like whenever you got the A&R guys showing up to your show and they're in the crowd?
It was exciting, but at the same time, it just made me want to play a little crazier even.
Like just go nuts?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually funny because I do distinctly remember that when we first started out on the coast. The three of us before we made the band, we had tried to write like more. I don't want to really say mainstreamy, but just stuff that may have a better chance of getting noticed by, a scout or something or a label. And so when we formed Watership, we all had this. All right, we're all gonna be on the same page. We're over that trying to impress labels. So
Y'all did that as Watership, trying to write
As
stuff
Watership.
to impress?
no.
Okay.
This was before Watership was formed.
Okay.
I'm saying me and Derek, we played together in different bands for like
Gotcha.
4 or 5 years.
Gotcha.
Nathan was doing his own thing,
Right.
but that's what I mean. even when Nathan was doing his thing, they were trying to be mindful of getting label
Right.
notice, and of course Derek and I were, maybe not totally trying to, but still we wanted to leave the door open. So at that point we're like, we're fed up with this crap. We're not doing anymore. We're going to write for ourselves, and we actually were targeting more of the musicians.
Right.
That's why it's not really, radio friendly stuff.
Yeah, that's cool because I've heard a lot of people say that ended up getting whatever art they're in when they
Exactly, yeah.
just quit caring about everything else and just did their thing is
Yep.
when they got the traction.
Right. And so, I never spent that much time, trying to write rhythmic parts before,
Mhm.
So within just weeks of us playing on the Gulf Coast, I would actually get people, nobody knows me, I'm playing on this, Sears and Roebuck Blackhawk drum set, but I'm trying to play it as the best that I can. And I had a lot of people, that immediately, like, oh, you're trying to get a record deal. They're never going to get signed. The drums are too crazy. The music's just way out there. And it's like, well, you know what? I mean, I spent a lot of time in this stuff, and, I think it's pretty cool. So,
Right.
So
you can like it or not. I
yeah,
don't give a
exactly.
shit.
So
Yeah.
take it or leave it. Yeah.
That's funny.
And, so, it was really kind of cool that Wind Up was very excited in that it was a little bit more out of the box at the time. When they originally found us with Derek, predating the album coming out by 2.5 years probably.
Right.
The label told us that we were like ahead of the curve on the sound, and but by the time we got picked up after Derek, all that happened.
Yeah.
Everything kind of caught up to us a little bit. I thought it was still a little bit.
Yeah, cutting edge.
Yeah, it wasn't quite so radio friendly, but so yeah, the labels are looking at us, and we just kept playing, and then we had interest from Wind Up, like solid interest.
Mm-hmm.
We had to stop talking.
That
about the
was the
labels.
label at
At
that
the
time.
Yeah, the
That was
largest
the
independent label in the world. Yep.
Yeah, they had Evanescence.
Seether,
Creed.
Creed.
Yes, that
yeah.
was their. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that was
huge.
their.
That was their baby.
That was the
that's
cash
that's
cow.
where
The
Wind Up.
cash cow. That's right.
That's
That's
when
right.
when Creed hit. That's when Wind Up
Yeah,
shot.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah, so being on that label at that time was legit.
Drowning Pool was on there.
That's what I was
yeah,
thinking, but I couldn't
oh,
remember. I
absolutely,
didn't want to say.
yeah,
it. I
we,
couldn't
yeah, we
remember.
went out and toured with them too.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, I know. I've heard that story.
Oh yeah. Which one?
I've heard that they wouldn't let you do a drum solo.
Yeah. but look, we did a 4-show mini tour with Three Doors Down. At one time, they were trying out this new laser light system,
Right.
and they specifically asked me not to do a solo, because their drummer had one, production into it.
Mhm.
But the last show that we did with them, I did one anyway.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I remember those.
Yeah.
Seeing you do those, those are killer. Let's jump
I
in.
actually looked up some earlier.
Yeah, we were beforehand. We were looking at some
I
of
was
them.
I was watching a whole YouTube montage of
Let's
Chad Kent.
let's jump into the video that everybody that this was the one. This was the
So-
one that got the track.
And I
right?
do want to ask this
Go ahead.
because we were talking about it when I was playing it earlier. Where'd the concept for the video for Pencil Fight come from?
Yeah, explain it a little bit before we jump into it for us, if you could.
Okay, so originally, the band had our own vision of the song.
Right.
And it was going to be like a claymation kind of thing. And then at the very end, when it goes off, that's when it would focus on the actual band and the musicians.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the label had another idea.
Right.
So there was apparently a company that was trying to get into the music video biz. So all control of the creation of that video was completely removed from anyone in the band. So it was literally a vision of somebody that was, trying to get their foot in the door in the music business.
So that's kind of one of the bad parts about once you
Yes,
sign
sir.
with the labels, right? You do. It's
Yep.
a battle at that point to how much control you keep.
Well, it's kind of funny too, because we actually had a clause in our contract that specifically stated that we had 100% of the final say in all creative control and direction of the material.
Right.
Anything like that. Well, we were going to pull that card on that, but then, Kenny kind of,
Talk to you.
well, he let us, he said, look, this is a really great opportunity. You'll have far more production, it'll be, X amount of dollars worth of video that you're going to be paying just a fraction for.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was outvoted because I was like, I don't care. You
Yeah.
know, I want the original idea. And everybody else was very quick to just give in. So,
The dynamics of
but
being in a
I
band.
have always been that way, though. I've always been the one that I tried to stay true to the material since day one.
Yeah.
You know.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
Well, let's jump right into it, man. This is the video. You've probably seen it before. Some of you haven't. Here it is. This is
And it is literally about a pencil fight. That's what should have been in the video. It was
That's right.
literally about a pencil fight.
Yeah.
It was not about somebody blowing
Back in the
through
day.
a
Right.
rock wall.
All right, man. This is Atomship Pencil Fight, and you're watching The Sound.
This life spreads like cancer as nothing is real. Leave me here by the bus stop with my pencil made steel. So it's time, it's just time. Well, I'm not much for the classroom teacher, teach me if you care. I can't pay much attention when that boomer in your head. So it's time, 'cause I'm thinking here we are.
And we're back. See, I did it.
You stole my
I
line.
watch
though.
it.
You stole my line. Keep going.
The Helvetica Effect. Of course, they are out of Florida, and you'll be able to catch them Saturday night at the Summer Throwdown at the Community Center in downtown Biloxi. So
Get
make
your
sure you
tickets now.
join. Yeah, make sure you join us. Find a band that's playing Wildfire, Jupiter Pilot, and Dead Lover. They've got tickets. We've got tickets. You can buy them online at eventbrite.com. So they're there for you. So looking forward to seeing everybody. But back again, we are still sitting here with Chad Kent. And Chad has some more of his wonderful story of the growth of
Taking a local band to the next level.
Watership Down into Atomship.
Okay.
So where are we at in the story, Chad?
Okay,
You keep
so we finally have the chance to go with Wind Up.
it- okay.
So something happened, and Derek, the original singer songwriter, could not continue on with us. So once that happened, I started rehearsing by myself, maybe 4 times a week, maybe 3.5 hours at a time, locked up in my rehearsal room, and just playing, jamming. And
To y'all's music?
No, just like free jamming, trying to learn a lot of stuff that I learned from Akira Jimbo and just other drummers online, and just trying to get even better. It was driving me crazy. We went from playing every single weekend to nothing, just like that.
That's a
You know,
shitty
it just
feeling,
stopped.
too.
Exactly.
I know exactly how that feels.
So then I got Nick Mattina to agree to let me do some drum solo shows at the Stairs. And so that kind of kept me, warm. About once every 6 weeks or so, I'd do a show over there. And
Just you.
no, me and Dave Devaney. So, and I would set the drum kit up
Dave.
totally
I don't think I
sideways.
knew that.
Oh yeah, totally. So
I knew
yeah,
that.
I would solo a little bit, and then I'd lock into a groove, and he could just read me. I mean, we've been friends so long, so
Yeah.
he'd have a bass up there or a guitar,
Yeah.
and he'd lock into a groove. And then once he'd lock in, then I would slice it up like 5 or 6 different ways.
Right.
And then he'd fade out, and then I'd do a different kind of solo. But anyway, so I did those. They tied me over, and then we started tryouts because the label was still interested. They said, look, if you can find somebody to emulate Derek, we might still want to do something. So we tried a bunch of folks, and nobody could really pull off his sound. And it's funny because Joey was actually one of the first people that offered, but we held off,
Right.
and we're trying everybody else. So he came in and he stuck it.
He
He
did.
could sound a whole lot like Derek.
Yeah.
So then that's when the ball got rolling. And so once we go out to LA and start recording, that's when the legalities came in with the name. So, we offered Richard Adams Publishing Company a standard deal for, using the name of a book. And it's a pretty generous offer,
Right.
especially considering, and that's how we even came to them. It's like, look, you're going to reach a new demographic that would never have been interested in your book.
Absolutely.
But, greed has a lot of power, and they countered us with an absolutely ludicrous
Number.
Yeah. So, and the percentage, too, of what they wanted was just totally out of line. So that's what we said, well, fine, then you won't get a cut of any of it. So,
Yeah.
because of Richard Adams, but we didn't want to be 80 AM, well, it's like, well, we're kind of science guys. So I threw it out there, Atom, and keep the ship, because, just everybody wanted to keep the ship thing. And that was finally after, like 300 tries, we put it in the database that checks names for bands. Nobody had it. Boom, we bought it. There's the name, Atomship.
That's killer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good story.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Now-
He told me this before. so
Now,
I'm
I
sure.
will say, at that point, I personally wanted to change the logo of the band to something like, a hydrogen atom or something, because it's atom. I mean,
Right.
it's an atom.
That-
It's not a rabbit. But we ended up
That
yeah.
bunny is so
we keep the bunny,
badass.
yeah. And okay, and just so you know too, that bunny was actually, that was drawn, created by, collaboration between Derek and Nathan. So,
Okay, so that's a good question. That bunny is nowhere. I know the bunnies are in that cartoon, but that actual logo is not in the cartoon.
No, that's like the alien bunny.
Right,
That's why it's
so-
a little bit more angular, and the pointed ears and
Yeah.
whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he couldn't own that in any way or have to give you any shit for that.
Nope, it's
Yeah.
ours. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have
we
that
created it.
sticker.
It's one of the
Yes.
better logos.
I
of-
still have
of,
a couple of them left.
of all bands,
Yeah,
much less here.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn. So okay, so y'all are in the game now. You got a name.
So
you got a
we've
new
got the
singer?
name now. Yep, got a new singer.
Did they say like go out and play some shows? We want to hear.
Nope.
No?
No, they were ready to rock.
Damn.
So yep.
Did they hear a demo?
No. Okay, well, yeah, when we actually made the demo right here in Biloxi, and but the demo that got them back interested with Joey, the original version of the song was actually a little bit higher than what you hear on the album.
Mhm.
So for range reasons,
Right.
Joey couldn't quite get that.
Right.
So we actually played with the effects enough to where he sang the verses and the label heard Derek doing the choruses, but it was so close they didn't even had no
Yeah.
idea.
This is the demo, guys. This isn't what you
just
heard
the
on the
demo.
record.
Yeah, just the demo. Yep. And then so yeah, they loved it. They loved Joey, the sound of him.
Right.
And then once we flew up to New York and they saw us actually play, then oh yeah, they were totally
Was that like
all
a
over
showcase kind of thing?
It was a showcase, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nerves at all
The funny thing was I was more excited than anything
to be back?
I went up there. Well, yeah, because it's like I already had the chance once and finally had it again. And I mean, we had played these songs so many times. I mean, I went up there and I was like, I am going to rip their faces off.
Mhm.
So I wasn't really that nervous.
With Joey, like when y'all got him in, did y'all do like lock yourself in a room somewhere and just practice with him? How did that? Was that a hard transition getting him in?
No,
No.
actually, no. He slid right in it.
Just
Yep.
well, good,
Yep, picked it right up.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it was like he was made for that role.
Damn.
Yep.
That's I don't want to say lucky, but like the
Right?
stars were in a
Yeah,
line.
It really was.
that all that played
And
out.
it's
like
funny
that.
how, like I said, he was one of the first people who wanted to try it out, but he was the last one, and he was the most easily the best.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep. And also with him not being, held down with the bass,
Right.
he was able to be a little bit, crazier as far as the performance side of it.
Right.
So yeah, it was a good thing. And then so because we didn't have bass player, that's when we brought Roy in.
Gotcha.
Yep. So he would be our touring bass player.
And he made the showcase show. He was the he.
Oh no! When we did the showcase, that was Guy Walker.
Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
there. Okay, so but then Roy's the one who ended up going on tour.
Yeah,
with
he ended up
y'all.
going on tour.
That
Yep.
crazy dude.
Yeah. Right.
I love Roy.
Also another great addition.
Yes, absolutely. He's talented as well. He can write, play the whole nine. Any regrets? Anything you do different? Anything? What can you tell people that are out there like right now? Because there's hopefully people watching this who are like, I want to get signed. I want to get signed. That's all I want. That's all I want. That's all I want.
I mean, it's different for everyone. I'm pretty sure it is. And all I can say is just, and this doesn't work for everyone. It might not be best in every situation, but I don't really have any regrets because, like we discussed earlier, in the very early days, I was told that your drumming is too much. There's just too much craziness going on. You're never going to get picked up, whatever. But I made the choice that, what? I mean, I don't care what people are saying. I'm going to stay true to how I feel.
And music is still in your
True to
life
my
right
heart.
now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
And actually, that whole staying true to it, when we made our very first demo with Dave Fortman,
Mhm.
when we show up there, here he is, got his gold records
Yeah,
behind him in
yeah.
the studio and stuff. And he's like, all right, so look, the label, they did kind of express, that maybe we could, tone down some things a little bit, and the three of us had already talked before we went over this. Like, look, the label was interested in us from what they heard. Okay.
Right.
They are going to hear the same thing that got them interested in. So, okay, maybe in, the ballad or something, yeah, I might take a bass drum note or something out per measure.
Right.
But it's like, we worked really hard on this. So you can rearrange stuff all you want, but everything that we have written, it's going to be in these songs. It might not be in the same place, but it's going to be. And he's like, yeah, well, all right, we're on the same page. Let's make a record.
Dang.
So they did, I was at that fork in the road. I could have gone the simple route and totally changed my drums, but I said, nope, you're going to record it the way I wrote it.
With Fortman, y'all did a couple, like you said, parts moved around and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
now when we got out to Leeds rehearsal studio before we actually started recording and we did pre-production for a week, then there was some rearranging.
I think there's somewhere on YouTube. There's some old recordings of y'all,
Yes.
possibly from Upstairs Downstairs. I think it said that.
If it's a live recording, yeah.
I think it's audio only. If I remember,
That's the one. Yeah,
if I
we did it
remember.
the stairs.
Yes, yeah.
Yep.
So I think Pencil Fight's on there, and you can kind of hear some different changes, but it's not much.
No.
Very
That
minimal.
one's very minuscule. Minimal. Well, the biggest difference with that was I used to do the cadence in the first verse as long and also with the bridge,
Mhm.
but then it was a better idea to just save it for the bridge.
Damn.
And then like the actual arrangement of Mothra is slightly different too, just slightly.
I remember hearing that record for the first time, and I was just blown away. I was like, I can't believe these dudes are from here. There's just no way. I read their album, like, it says right there, I thought it was.
I was the Yankee. So.
Yeah, well, you've been here long enough.
You're right. I'm still a transplant.
Well, dude, man, thank you so much for coming. I think we could do 2 hours of talking about all this stuff. Thanks for stopping by, man.
How well did you like that album? Because if you read in the jacket, somebody was thanked.
He always turns it around on himself. He always does it. It's a talent. It's very much a talent.
Yeah.
He was in there.
Yeah.
I was in there. You just couldn't see it.
It's all right.
I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, actually, one little story that goes along with that. I actually thanked my band instructor in there. And the
Nice.
first time I went home, to Pennsylvania. I went to the school because my mom was secretary of the school. So, I'd go in there and just say hello and everything. And I went to the band room to see him, and wasn't a class or anything. And in the little miniature foyer that leads into each room, he had on a plaque the CD, everything on there. He even circled the part
how
where I thanked
cool
him
is
and everything.
that?
Yeah, it was like totally awesome.
That's
yeah.
That's awesome.
Pretty badass, man.
Yeah.
So before we let him go,
Yep.
we were talking off the air. There was if anybody who's followed local music along the Gulf Coast over the last 20 years, you know who Tara Noor is.
Absolutely.
Tara has come down with some health issues, and they have put together a benefit for her that's going to be happening July 28th at the Chimneys in Gulfport. I'm sorry. So the first band is China Cat Orchestra, which is a tribute to Grateful Dead. So it's going to be 2 sets, and then it's going to be 10 Years Gone, which is a tribute to Led Zeppelin. But I'm going to run down a few of the people that are in these bands,
Go ahead.
and you mentioned a couple of them while we were talking. So the China Cat Orchestra, which is the Grateful Dead, is Dave Noor, excellent guitar player.
Mm-hmm.
Guy Walker, Chuck Lofton, Brian Powers, Joey Roberts,
Yep.
which you met Joey at Rock U2.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
he's cool. His kid's talented as hell, too.
All-star cast.
Chuck
Yeah.
Flowers, Jeremy Champagne, and Joe Humphreys. So
Man.
that is your Grateful Dead tribute, and then 10 Years Gone is Dave Noor, Mike Collette, Guy Walker, Carlos Fall, and Rob Stanovich.
Wow.
So that's
gonna
all
be a
happening
party.
July 28th. We will put the poster up so everybody can see it. But yeah, that's going to be a great benefit, especially for Tara, a wonderful person. So hopefully everybody will show up and we can raise some money to help her out. So
Good deal,
got
man.
that.
Awesome.
Chad, thanks again, dude.
Oh,
Yes,
thank you.
We
thank
appreciate it, man.
That's
We lost
all
the
right.
light here. Yeah, we lost the light. It's okay. It's okay. We'll
Yeah.
fix it during the break. Kevin, talk to us about what we're going into next right here.
So this is a band out of Coleman, Alabama. They are called Shallow Side. I heard this song, I don't know, a few weeks ago, and it's just constantly, it's now in loop on my Spotify playlist. It's called Sound the Alarm. Definitely check them out. And then after that, another band that you might be familiar with that has played a lot down here from Memphis.
Yep.
Egypt Central. Their new single called Raise the Gates. You'll be able to hear that, and you're listening to the sound.
Boom.
I'd like to see you naked, strip down and show me who you really are. I want your secrets and band-aids. Never mind the tattoos covering your heart. When you speak directly. When you want, just point it out. When you come, just come correctly. There's no time that's running out. Wanna live right from the edge. There's no one stopping us now. Makes no difference. Existing is a disease. Jury, the table is found. Oh, and it makes no difference. All eyes are set up on you. A choice, move forward, follow your path. Patience is not a virtue. There's a chance that nothing's following that. When you speak, just speak directly. When you want, just point it out. When you come, just come correctly. There's no time that's running out. Wanna live right from the edge. There's no one stopping us now. Makes no difference. Existing is a disease. Jury, the table is found. Oh, and it makes no difference. see me again. Take it out on me, no remote. Left in hell on earth, all alone. You can take me to the killing field and you can show me where the devil waits. So let me in, I'm not afraid. Raise the gates, push me in the fire. Let the flames wash everything. I'm not tired of defending my beliefs. Let it burn me down to ashes as it crashes over me. If this is hell, I'm not afraid. Raise the gates, push me in the fire. I got this feeling like I'm coming undone. I don't know where it's from, but I know that I like it. I got this feeling like I'm coming undone. I don't know where it's from, but I know that push me in the fire. Let the flames wash everything. I'm not tired of defending my beliefs. Let it burn me down to ashes as it crashes over me. If this is hell, I'm not afraid. Raise the gates, push me in the fire. Push me in the fire.
All right, and we're back. That is the latest one from Egypt.
Nailed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were mad at me because I did it again.
No.
Okay.
No, we nailed it.
So
dude.
that was the latest from
Production
Egypt
quality's going through the
Central,
roof in here.
Raise the Gates. You can definitely check that out on their Facebook page. You can, if you're watching the show, you can go down to the comments and you can click on the link there because we put the link for Egypt Central on there. Man, I love Egypt Central. Glad to see. I
They're
don't
making
know.
music.
I don't know what the full story is. I don't know if because Devour the Day, of course, Joey and Blake, they got Devour the Day. They're going out with Skillet and a few others on tour. Skillet and I forgot who all they're going out with, but they're going out on that tour. So I don't know what the whole story is behind the new Egypt Central song. If there's going to be more, if this is just a one-off, or if this is going to be there's going to be tour. I haven't.
We shall see.
Yeah. More to come. So in the studio with us right now, the one and only Stereohype.
How's it going?
Literally the one and only.
Nice.
The one and only.
Nice. That's good.
Oh,
We totally
yes.
wrote that as part of the script.
Stereohype, and of course, they are actually, they've been on a hiatus for a little while, but now coming back and doing a one-off show. I guess that's what you can call that, huh? Is a one-off show.
Yeah.
It's the Southern Summer Ska-tacular series, and
Yes.
it's going to be at Crooked Letter Brewing Company. All ages, no cover, July 27th. Flying Raccoon Suit, Joystick, and Stereohype. So, what brings Stereohype back out into the music
fold.
scene? Yeah, into the fold. That's better.
Before I get started, there is one other band added to that. Some
Okay.
really good friends of ours from Atlanta, Georgia, the Taj Mattel Trio. They're not a trio. They're like a 5 or 6 piece.
And
but
that's
the
really
name
their
just
name?
stuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
But they're really good.
I bet people are in the crowd like, wait a second.
Yeah, we go way back with
Yeah.
them. So, yeah, this is we had all just kind of had a discussion and it said, hey, let's get back together. I had moved away for a couple of years. I was living in Marietta, Georgia, and they had done a few shows while I was away, and there was just I guess a common kind of consensus is like, hey, let's all just get back together and just do it again. So that brings it right here.
Yeah, there you go. It's tough. It was like we were saying earlier with Chad, man, when you that void of not playing. I don't know how much you were playing whenever you had moved away, but if you're not in the music for out touring, playing, coming off of how many shows y'all used to play, it's like, dude, this is not cool.
Yeah.
Why am I not doing this or am doing this?
Well, when I was in Georgia, I mean, I had my drums with me, but I was married at the time, and I didn't really play
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
And it was kind of sad, but I was off doing a different thing, and that's where my career took me. But I had always wanted to play, and it was funny. Fast forward to now, taking that kind of time away, it really reset how I listen to things. You get stuck in one pattern of listening to things. You tend to play in that certain pattern. So that kind of time away really helped me kind of, I guess, improve. And then once I started jamming and, got into the cover band that I'm in now and stuff like that.
Yeah, I saw y'all were doing that.
Yeah.
What were you listening to different styles of music that changed the way you were playing?
Yes.
Okay. What was it? What style? Anything specific?
I just listened I listened to a little bit of jazz, a little bit of reggae. I'd always listen to reggae, but a little bit more like prog metal stuff. I mean, I just went all over the place.
Cool.
But
That's cool.
Sorry.
What you got, Kev? What are you doing?
I'm tagging people here. Real
Okay,
quick.
cool. I just making sure you're still with us.
I'm here.
tag them away.
So, is it going to be a one-off as far as y'all know right now?
As far as I know right now,
Okay.
we just take it a little bit. We had a jam a couple of weeks back, and definitely the spark is still there. Just my brother and I, we always jam together, and we have that kind of connection. And I jam with Ronnie and then AJ, Tally, Mondo. So we're all good, and I think depending on how this show goes, we'll see how it goes going forward.
I know one thing. Every show that I've ever been to of y'all's, even when we played with y'all, it's always like just high energy, real fun, great time.
Oh yeah.
I remember we played in, I think it was like Pastor Stan or something at one of those pavilions
Long
on the beach. Whatever.
At the pavilion.
Oh,
do you remember that?
Yeah, we how many shows did we
Okay,
play
well, I
over
think it
there?
was one of the only ones we played at a pavilion, so maybe that's why it sticks out a little bit more.
Yeah.
But it was a good time.
He doesn't get out much. It's okay.
Yeah.
I know we did one on the North Shore one time too, out in Mandeville.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Barely.
Yeah.
Was it at the Howlin' Wolf?
No, maybe it was the Howlin' Wolf.
I think it was North Shore,
I think
yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah, but what about the cover band thing? Are you digging that? Like, is it different? Does it feel different? Is it
Oh,
still
yeah.
fun? I mean, it's fun. It's music, right? Like,
Yeah,
okay.
it's different. Without sounding like a sellout or whatever. I mean, it pays a lot better, but
Well, hey,
but
ain't nobody mad at that, right?
no, but it's just for fun, and but like that's what also kind of helps listen to things a little bit differently,
Right.
But
Learning some other stuff.
But yeah, some of the other guys are in Stereohype are involved in other projects like that too. Mondo with Blackwater Brass.
Yes.
Oh, what?
And,
Hold on.
Yeah, there it is.
Pow.
There it is.
Yep.
There it is.
You
Cheap
bring-
hop.
You bring the swag and we wear it, man. That's how.
Oh,
what's up?
hey, speaking of the devil.
Speaking
Man,
of.
you just say his name and he shows
Yeah.
up.
Oh, we brought
man,
some
that's
friends
all
with
you
him
got to
too.
Come on in. Y'all just sit right
Yeah,
down.
have a
man.
seat.
Watch out, we got some friends here.
Oh, hey, it's a party now.
Oh,
All right, we
boy.
got one mic, so
Yeah.
y'all divvy it up.
All right.
So come on. Everybody, it doesn't matter who's sitting. It's a party now.
We need to slide
So-
on down so you can get in that camera shot there. There we go.
Yeah.
So
Here we
what's
go.
up? So anyway, we're just talking about the show and loving playing music. If you want to reach in and grab that mic, yeah, we can hear you.
So we were talking about he's in the cover band as well. So yeah, and then we were talking about Blackwater Brass.
That's actually
So-
where we just came from.
Nice.
Was practice?
Well, no, we were kind of laying down some tracks. We have a kind of EP coming out we're working on, and so once we got the text,
Don't tease us with music.
it's coming. It'll get there. But once Steven got the text, I looked at Drew and I was like, "We've got to go."
Right?
So,
Right.
We split down this way, and here we are.
Well, dude, I'm
Awesome.
glad y'all made it, man. That was perfect timing. You'll see it on the replay. As soon as he said your name, you walked in the door. So
Yeah.
Say my name.
Yeah.
There,
Exactly.
there it is. So we were talking to him about what brought Stereohype back in to do this particular show and all of that. So we got his story. Now it's yours.
So what? From my perspective, my side of everything, Drew and I, we're this is Drew. He's gonna be in Flying Raccoon too, the other band playing with us. He's also in Blackwater Brass with me, and we always teach each other like, let's do a ska show. Let's do another ska show. And we try to get it rolling. And once Steven came back into town, it's kind of more of a like, let's get a ska show going and keep on going it and getting it rocking and rolling. And from there, it just kind of evolved to like, when's rehearsal, boys? And I called out to a couple of venues to see if we could, where we could possibly have it, solidified some dates down, and the Southern Ska-tacular series. Here we
So
are.
here's
I love
one-
the name, too,
I
by
know,
the way.
absolutely. But here's one thing I wanted to say. is since Stereohype kind of got out of the scene,
Yeah.
kind of ska has kind of disappeared from this scene.
Well, luckily we've had guys like Flying Raccoons
Right.
to kind of hold the torch for Mississippi Gulf Coast ska.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to talk about,
Yeah, step on
pull
in.
that mic up on in there.
Do you want to talk in?
I have nothing to say.
There we
Awesome.
go.
This
That's
is
even better.
She does vocals and Flying Raccoons.
Okay,
I
sweet.
try to.
But
Sweet.
yeah, it's, we kind of started after Stereohype had been well established.
Yep.
And
Yeah, you can go ahead and
Yep.
right up there.
Well,
As
After
high
the-
as it'll go. There you go.
Yeah.
they had been established for a while. And our first ever show, when we were kind of like a shitty teenage garage band, they were nice enough to have us open at the VFW for them.
Nice.
So yeah, that got us started. So and we've kept it going. Like several bands break up, but we have the best lineup we've ever had now. And we've whenever Stereohype stopped playing, we were bringing other established acts like the Toasters and things like that to the coast, trying to keep it alive. A lot of it was when we had like more all ages venues, like
Right.
Squeaky Lizard, Graffitis.
Yeah.
Squeaky.
Yeah. So more recently, places like the Juke Joint have kind of been Flying Raccoon Suits home. But
Awesome.
we've been doing some touring this spring and working on new material, and we're stoked to play with Stereohype again. It's gonna be awesome.
Well, I
Yeah,
know
it's gonna be
I don't make it out to
Lots
a
of
lot
fun.
of them. I mean, I've seen Stereohype just from my radio days. I've seen them several times.
we're always there.
I just love the party scene.
It is.
It's such a good environment when, and it not just Stereohype, but ska music all together.
Yeah.
I mean, you walk into a venue and ska's going. You're walking into a party. It's
Yeah.
good stuff.
No doubt.
Dance party.
Yeah.
No doubt.
What's that?
Was that fun? No doubt.
Yeah, no.
No,
Oh,
no.
no. I think I'm 2 for 2 on those today. Nice. Yes, it was totally planned. I meant to say that. Let's jump into one of their videos, man. Which one did we decide we were gonna play?
We are gonna play the one.
The one. All right. You want to give us a little backstory on this song? Anything? How long? It's been out for a while. Is it-
Yeah, we recorded this
Well,
one back in.
We chose the one because he was the one that was here.
Ah.
Yeah, that's
Another pun. We're full of them.
That
No,
is
what-
one of my favorites.
Is it? What?
We recorded it back in 2009.
God, we're all old now.
Yeah, I know. up in just a little north of Hattiesburg, Moselle.
Oh yeah.
you know
oh
where
yeah.
that is.
Riverside Studios, baby.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, we've been there. All right. Well, cool. Let's jump right on into it, man. Let's see. Hold on. Don't let me mess this up. This is the one by Stereohype, and you're watching the sound.
or it's too late. She goes her own way. I can't believe it's over now.
Gonna tuck you in, but we'll put you fast asleep. You can get bucked, but you ain't gon' win. Put your ass in a casket deep, so push your luck if you wish, my friend. And hear us laugh at your catch and sleep. Nothing but a couple savage freaks on a madness street. Watch your ass, cause we will bury you.
6 feet deep.
Yeah, we will bury you.
6 feet deep.
Bitch, we will bury you.
6 feet deep.
Better peep how the fuck you speak, or you'll be sleeping 6 feet deep. No breathing, I'll cease it. Filling your pants with piss and feces. Before I cut your ass to pieces and snack on you like some Reese's. No need for begging and pleading, put you on your knees, you meeting Jesus. Say your piece, but you leave in pieces. Keep deceiving and be defeated. I'm sick of these loudmouths yapping. Where the fuck you at? Let's make shit happen. Why you wanna duck instead of scrapping? Whether you just bragging or you so savage? I don't give a fuck, sneak up, bitch, slap your bitch ass, bitch. What's happening? Cop a backstage pass for a bag of gas. Stab you while you rapping. Doesn't really need repeating. Speak your fecal brings the reaper. If your heart's still beating, we're being lenient. Best believe it. See, a simple disagreement could leave your immediate family grieving. Kid, be clean with the damages, cleaning to bleed you out. Clean you and eat your skin and stuff you remains in the box. I dug a fresh grave on the block. Got blood on my motherfucking socks, so I'll be damned if I stop it for cops. Come over and popping them chops and get dropped on your mop, you'll get boxed and then whopped. Fuck shot, you'll get chopped and then boxed and then dropped in the plot on the way to me die. We ain't gonna tuck you in, but we'll put you fast asleep. You can get bucked, but you ain't gon' win. Put your ass in a casket deep, so push your luck if you wish, my friend. And hear us laugh at your catch and sleep. Nothing but a couple savage freaks on a madness street. Watch your ass, cause we will bury you.
6 feet deep.
Yeah, we will bury you.
6 feet deep.
Bitch, we will bury you.
6 feet deep.
Better peep how the fuck you speak, or you'll be sleeping 6 feet deep.
I ain't with that sneak shit. Bring that beef to me, bitch. See me in these streets, no keys or screens between us. Speak then, got a whole lot of demons I keep in. But if I don't feed them, then I weaken. And it's weekend, and I'm drinking. So if you thinking that bitch, start speaking. All that really needs a decent reason to cease you breathing and leave you bleeding, deceased and stinking beneath my sneakers. I beat your teeth in, please believe it. I'll leave you sleeping 6 feet deep for treating my people anything but equal. Feed my demons, freeze the evil. Speak and see, won't be no sequel. Bitch, I'll put you down in the ground. Miles from town, you won't be found. The last thing that you'll see will be these crowns on top these clowns. That's not a frown, you're upside down, hog tied and bound, all gag no sound. I'll murder you, dig up the earth and throw dirt on you. First you go burn in my furnace, third turn it up. Serving up burgers and meat, cream and sternum, and turning some parts of your rubber to furniture. Not me, not just turner, yeah. To creeps who deserve it, yeah. Nice meeting you, speak on my team and we're sleeping. You be Nick, the turkey show.
We ain't gonna tuck you in, but we'll put you fast asleep. You can get bucked, but you ain't gon' win. Put your ass in a casket deep, so push your luck if you wish, my friend. And hear us laugh at your catch and sleep. Nothing but a couple savage freaks on a madness street. Watch your ass, cause we will bury you.
6 feet deep.
Yeah, we will bury you.
6 feet deep.
Bitch, we will bury you.
6 feet deep.
Better peep how the fuck you speak, or you'll be sleeping 6 feet deep.
And we're back. Tell me what that was. Tell me where they were from.
They are, if I remember reading everything correctly, they are from Pearl, Mississippi. That is Deviant Horror.
Horror theme and you said
Yeah,
inspired stuff.
and that's a husband-wife.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool that they can get in and do that kind of stuff together.
Absolutely.
And enjoy it and have a good time. So
And it shows how diverse all the music is down here as
you
well.
can definitely check them out. Pedal.
Pedal.
I said Pearl and it's Pedal.
Sweet.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Internet.
Yeah, Hattiesburg area. Yes, Pedal.
Cool.
Just north east of Hattiesburg.
That's correct.
So hey, I know what the hell I'm talking about sometimes.
Every now and then you get it right.
So, so we have that. So definitely check them out. I put their link in the comments. Check them out. Good stuff. Real quick, before you guys get out of here, I want to Frets for Pets. We are one of the sponsors for Frets for Pets.
That is correct.
Frets for Pets is also giving away tickets to the Summer Throwdown this Saturday, and Jazzy Smith was the winner of Fret for Pets tickets.
Congratulations.
So congratulations.
It's going to be a damn good show.
Yes, it is. Want to give a big thank you to Bud Light.
You can still see it. You can still see it.
Energy drink.
Yep.
And our good friends over at Low Tide Tattoo, which did that for me. So thank you very much.
That was a quick. Do it again. That was a quick
That
little.
was good stuff.
Boom. There it is.
Yeah, he did a good job on that. I have quite a few, but that was one of the ones that was the most painless, and the color is great, and he did a really good job. So if you're looking to get some ink, definitely go check out Timmy and everybody over at Low Tide Tattoo.
Awesome. Guys, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for bringing Sky.
Thanks for hanging in the heat.
Yeah, you got to earn it tonight.
I don't think I mentioned where it was.
I think Kevin did, but let's do a whole rundown. Let's do a rundown. That's the best way to do it anyway. Yep.
July 27th.
Look at you reading off your phone. I love it. Keep going.
He had it open right here. July 27th at Crooked Letter Brewery.
Nice.
In Ocean Springs.
All ages, 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Stereohype, joystick, flying raccoon suit, and
Taj Motel Trio.
Yeah, because I probably would have butchered the hell out of that.
They're not 3.
The Southern Summer Scottacular Series. I love it.
Love it.
I plan on being there.
And they can find you on all the usual sites, correct?
So I could call
Facebook,
Chase Chaz.
Spotify. Oh man, did he do it again?
Honestly, that's probably just an inside joke between. If Ronnie was here, Ronnie would have just totally.
He's here in spirit.
He would have thrown it out there and laughed at me the whole night about it. So, in his honor, I got drunk. It happens.
Yeah, used to.
And Chase got called Chaz. And
it's not the worst mistake you've ever made as far as getting names wrong. I can tell you that.
No.
I'm talking about the time you announced the wrong winners at a show. You remember? We talked about that on the air. Yeah.
We didn't talk about it on this show.
Oh, we didn't?
No, we talked about it on your Brownwater Banter when we were talking about my
It's out there.
sobriety
It's out there
and
on the internet.
So I was telling everybody the mistakes I made when I was drinking, and
You're
that was
better
one
now.
of them.
You're better now.
That's right.
Well, we got
some bread somewhere.
one more group of gentlemen here who'd like to get up and talk for a second.
Yep.
We'll swap it out right now here live.
Watch this. Oh no, you're
What?
keeping it on. I was like, watch this. It's gonna happen.
Oh, we can do that. Yeah, watch. We can watch them switch it out.
All
Yeah,
right,
yeah, go
you
ahead.
guys go that
we're
way.
gonna
You
swap it
guys
out.
come this way. All right.
Man, it is hot.
I did everything I could to not say the F-bomb.
Did we mention the show? June 15th, this Saturday.
June
tickets are on sale?
15th, this Saturday. We are 6 days away from the Summer Throwdown. Tickets are $15. You can get them by finding any member of Wildfire, any member of Dead Lover, any member of Jupiter Pilot. You can find us. You can buy them at eventbrite.com, or you can buy them at the door. Either way, we just want you there. So, and in the studio with us right now, one of the bands that'll be playing is Jupiter Pilot. What's up, guys?
What's up? What's going on?
Let me help you out with this.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
Nobody take offense to this, but he's a drummer. He really doesn't know how to work a microphone.
That's why he's got a headset.
The whole room is full of drummers
Yeah,
tonight.
I gotta lean. Yes.
So I had to be very careful to make sure nothing got thrown at me.
I bought a headset just for that purpose. Brittany.
Guys, what's been up since the last time we talked to you guys?
A lot. I'm tired.
Okay.
Been going to work, coming home, playing piano, basically practicing and writing stuff constantly. But we're looking forward to it, and we've made a lot of progress. We're really looking forward to the show. I'm super hyped about it. Everybody's really super hyped about it.
You super hyped or stereohyped?
Stereohype.
Stereo super hype.
How many-
Super stereo hype.
We need a cheesy pun, ticker
You
on
gotta
the show.
catch me on the right hour for cheesy puns, man.
Yeah. So I think y'all posted this on the internet, so I don't think I'm spoiling anything. What kind of set are y'all playing at the show? Have you talked about that on the internet yet?
Like, what do you mean? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Zero. No,
It is-
no,
yeah.
this is
It's an all original
original.
set. Yeah,
This
they're
is
coming out.
the first Jupiter pilot
Yeah.
contact that you will get to see us do nothing but our original material.
100% oddness with like stage setup and stuff like that. Lots of theatrics, that sort of thing. Everybody who's been to our shows thus far have seen like we use a lot of lights and stuff like that. So moving right along in that same vein. So
Killer,
Yeah.
guys.
So to go along with that note with you guys, there's another band that's playing Wildfire. If you go to their page, you can see some of their rehearsals they're doing for their show, so you can kind of see what to expect when Wildfire takes the stage as well.
we've been keeping our eye on it.
Yep. You gotta level up. Yeah.
Mhm.
I hear you.
Over 9,000.
Done great so far selling tickets, man. So
Yes.
I'm anxious to see.
Yeah, we just got a fresh 10. So anybody out there who still has yet to buy a ticket,
get up.
feel free.
And the bands are getting a cut of the ticket sales as well.
They
too,
are
right?
getting a
So
cut.
trying to feed the musicians here
Hydrate
as well.
the hustle, man.
So-
Gotta buy more
Hustle.
bang.
We
That's what
hungry.
I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
And if y'all didn't know, I'm tagging. Sorry.
Figured.
This is we are doing a couple benefits with this as well.
That is correct.
So one of them, of course, we mentioned earlier, we are a sponsor of the one and only Frets for Pets. And we've got the Humane Society that we're going to be taking donations for as well. And then Feed the Need. And I'm such a jackass. I can
Yeah.
never remember.
Mhm.
Yeah. What am I trying to say? Anyways, Feed the Need. Lord is my help.
Lord is my
there we
help.
go. Lord is my help. Ocean Springs. So if you come to the show, non-perishable food items, canned foods, we'll collect them at the door, and we'll be donating those to the Lord is my help in Ocean Springs to their food drive as well.
That's
so,
correct.
Humane Society and the Lord is my help.
I love it.
Thank
I
God
love
for
it.
the internet.
We're gonna wrap it up here. Thanks everybody who's been sticking with us so far. That's watching the show still.
Yes.
Real quick with y'all, what are y'all thinking on the hooking up with Joey with the video that we shared? What kind of time frame? Month or two?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as he's got an open spot, we're shooting for it. We got to time it with everybody's time off.
Yep.
That's been the big thing, especially because every instance where we've had people with time off, he's booked up. So we just got to touch base with him, figure out where that's at. But we're really looking forward to it. We're gonna do, because originally we were gonna re-record the song that we recorded ourselves.
Yeah.
But now we're gonna do something different. One of our newer songs that we'll be playing at the show. So
Check
yeah,
that out.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
Awesome, dude. We're looking forward to it. What you got, Kevin?
And if you tune in later on tonight, keep an eye on the Facebook page. Rob from the Helvetica Effect, he's got a video that's going to tell you how excited Helvetica
It's
Effect
pretty
is.
funny.
It's
Yeah.
some good
we
stuff.
decided
So-
we decided to make it its own standalone thing.
yeah, so we can't make it a part of the show because it's much bigger than the show.
Yeah.
So we definitely want to get you guys, make sure you're paying attention to that. And don't forget, after the show, there is an after party. After the show is an after party. It's
Yeah.
right next
It's a
door.
rap
It's
lyric.
it's the Wayward Kraken.
That's right.
Our good friend James Gillies is going to be playing a set on the
Stoked.
stage while everybody drinks beer and enjoys the rest of the party. We did talk about it. You can bring liquor. You just got to pay
$10 bottle fee. 'cause they
$10
can't sell
bottle
it here.
fee to bring liquor into the Wayward Kraken.
That's right.
So yeah, we'll see everybody Saturday. We're going to
be a
sporadically put
party.
out live videos all week.
It's gonna be a party.
So
Where can
it'll
they
be-
find
it'll
you
be a good
guys? Same stuff, right?
Same
Facebook.
Facebook, Instagram. If you find us in person, we got business cards I can give you. All kinds of good
Nice.
stuff. Phone
Nice.
numbers, whatever, man.
We got merch. We got merch
Yeah,
we're gonna
we
be
just
selling
got
at the
some
show.
t-shirts made too. So.
Cool.
Oh yeah, we got to
Cool.
be able to set merch tables.
Bring us
up.
out, Kevin.
Yeah.
So I want to thank real quick. I want to thank Chad Kent for stopping by, the guys from Stereohype for stopping by, Flying Raccoon Suit for stopping by, and the guys from Jupiter Pilot. We will see you Saturday. Doors open at 5:00. The Summer Throwdown, and you're listening and watching the sound.
Tag some people in the comments that need to know about the show.
Yeah. and
Tag
like.
everyone.
Bam.